We come now to the end of our series on life everlasting, on death, dying, and the future hope. This one is number 14 in this extended quarter, all things new. And I'm so glad that we end up there, that God is going to intervene in this sad old world that is full of sin and evil, and he's going to end it and change us so that we can live together with him. And of course, that's not in heaven, that's here on planet Earth. We often hear about people saying, oh, well, we just float away to heaven when we die. And it's certainly true that Jesus does come again and takes us to be where he is. But eventually you have New Jerusalem coming down from heaven to earth. And that is going to be the final destiny for humankind. It's going to be where we live forever. The important point here is that the idea of heaven, quotes, as the eternal hope of the righteous, has no structural place in the story, says Richard Middleton. It is simply irrelevant and extraneous to the plot. Heaven was never part of God's purposes for humanity in the beginning of the story and has no intrinsic role as the final destiny of human salvation. It's here. This is where we're going to be, a remade planet Earth. And I want to remind you of some of those texts that we have in our Bible summary. 2 Peter 3:13 reminds us that we are looking for new heavens and a new earth that God has promised, where everything is good and right. That is the objective. That's what we're looking for. A place where everything is good and right. It's not an issue of the streets paved with gold or anything like that. It's the perspective of living where everything is good, and most importantly, Revelation 21:3 and 22, God will be with his people. He will be our God. We shall be his people. That is what it's going to be like for the whole of eternity. And as it says in 1 John 3, when he appears, we shall be like him. What does that exactly mean? I don't think we'll know until we get there. But it's an interesting perspective, isn't it? We shall be like him. And we shall see him as he is. As a result, 1 Peter 1:22, we are to love one another as true family, because that's going to be the family of the hereafter. That's who we're going to be with. Isaiah announces that God will destroy death forever and wipe away all tears. Wait, I thought that was Revelation. No, it's back there in the Old Testament. Isaiah 25 verse 8. And there will be no longer any curse, the curse of sin, in Revelation 22. I want to read that. The throne of God and of the Lamb will be there in the city, and his servants will worship him. They will see his face, and his name will be on their foreheads. There will be no more night, and they will not need the light of a lamp or the light of the sun, because the Lord God will give them light. They shall reign forever and ever. What an incredible perspective as we look forward to the end of all things, but the beginning. Because everything has to end in order for God to remake it and make sure that everything is in that state of newness, that all things are made new. And 1 Corinthians 15 tells us about how we are going to be made new. This mortal will put on immortality. This perishable shall put on the imperishable. We shall be changed. And I don't know about you, but that is a great comfort to me. You look at yourself in all your imperfections, physical, spiritual, and all the rest, and the wonderful promise that God says, I am going to change you. I'm going to make you new. And not just you, but all that you see around you will be brand new. We're told that the elements even will melt with fervent heat as God completely transforms this world. I really would love to be there, wouldn't you? Let's concentrate on thinking about how in this life we can best represent the God who does make all things new.